behalf of Rangiura Trust, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Our special guest, Honourable Minister Louise Upson, His Worship Mayor Neil Sinclair, the local iwi, our brothers from Pikatu Marae, Ministers Association, and special guests and members of the public. Representatives of the South Waikato District Council, Craig Hobbs, Ben Smith, councillors, Rangiura Trust Board patron Jim Howland and Elizabeth Howland. Welcome today to a special day in Rangiura's history. Today marks the opening of Rangiura's new wing. So it's stage one of a $5 million development with the Trust Board's vision to provide the most innovative, home-like feeling for the elderly of the South Waikato District. Currently in New Zealand there are 33,600 beds available, and this needs to double in the next 35 years to 60,000 plus. With Rangiura playing their part in achieving this goal, with a very supportive South Waikato community, we are continuing to make this achievement. This new $1.5 million 11-bed wing is part of a 10-year plan which followed the completion of our world-class Fernhaven Memory Support Facility. It will provide the most up-to-date living rooms, large bedrooms with en-suites, state-of-the-art setting hoist systems, gardens, walking track, all set in a secure environment. This undertaking could not be achieved if it had not been for the generous grant of $650,000 from the South Waikato District Development Fund. The community of South Waikato thanks the South Waikato Council for the foresight and trust of making the funds available to Rangiura. Rangiura would have not happened without the support from the Gray family, the late Wally and Dot Gray, who donated the land that we sit here today. It was the vision from Wally and Dot, and the supportive trust that was set up in the 70s to make this facility happen. Now we have a 78-bedroom wing, hospital, dementia, rest home, respite, daycare, and an 85-unit village to house the elderly of the South Waikato. A big thanks to all the staff that have helped us make this facility what it is today. The understanding of the residents and their families over the last 6 months. We've endured a lot of noise, shifting of rooms, and we thank you for your support in that. Also a big thanks to our fundraising team, and Sandra, led by Sandra Wallace, Gordon, Sue, Jeff, Eileen and Anna Marie, and all the volunteers that have helped raise over $110,000 towards this new wing. You've done well. Our grants coordinator, Sue Dillon, you've been a big part of raising grants throughout the different trusts to buy equipment, for much needed equipment for our new wing. To my executive team, Gay, Debbie and Gordon, for the hundreds of hours that you have put in to make this happen. It's been unbelievable. You've been here day and night, all weekend, and we've gone through a few tough times, but we've made it, so thank you very much. To all our volunteers, we have over 50 volunteers here that come in each day, provide reading, taking day trips out, support for our residents, Meals on Wheels, and just unbelievable the volunteers we have here in the South Waikato. Our staff, our residents, the Patchwork Quilt Club that have just put hundreds of hours in making. You'll go through and see all the lovely quilts and the beds and the bedspreads and the wall hangings. It's just been absolutely amazing. To our General Manager, Ellie Davis, you've worked tirelessly over the last 6 months. Ellie joined us in October and was put in the deep end straight away, and you've done an outstanding job, Ellie. Thank you very much. To our local building construction company, McGregor's, and all these subcontractors, they dig in deep. We've had a lot of wet weather the last couple of months, and we've got there. So thank you very much for going the extra mile the last couple of weeks to make it happen today. And that's all for me. I'd just like to thank everyone, also our designers, Glenn and Sherry Brownlee, for understanding the needs of the trust and working with us. We made a few changes along the way, and As I said, this has been part of a 10-year project when we brought Glenn and Sharon first on board to draft up the Fernhaven and now the new wing, so thank you very much. I'm now going to hand over to His Worship the Mayor, Neil Sinclair.
Greetings, Minister, and to all invited guests, welcome to, as Henry said, an important day in Pataru. If anything defines Pataru as a caring community, it would have to be Rangiura Home and Complex. What a caring community it all is. Have Jim Howland here, and can you imagine that more than 50 years ago, as Henry has said, Wally Gray and Jim Howland were driving to a conference in Auckland and looked at Huntly and said, hey, there's a rest home, we should have something like that in Pataru. And who would have thought that all those years ago, Jim, 50 years, you're now here today looking at a Rangiura complex, as Henry has said, rest home, hospital, villas, and now this wonderful new wing, and of course the dementia unit. And so people have been involved from day one. Buy-in by the community has actually probably been the hallmark of Rangiura. And today it has been made possible because dedicated trust boards over many years, committed staff over many years. But what I want to pay a tribute to is the fantastic, dedicated leadership of the trust that we've had over the years. We've had great leaders of our trust, but none more dedicated than our current trust chairman, Henry Van Dyke. It would be impossible to count the hours that Henry Van Dyke has put in. And as he just said that the volunteers have been here, as they have come and gone, every time they have been here, Henry Van Dyke has been here. And Henry's not only put time and effort into this project, but if you sit at the trust board meetings with him, whether it be planning or building or finances or the welfare of residents, Henry Van Dyke is there. Henry, on behalf of the community, we thank you. You have done a fantastic job, and this is a tribute to your dedication and going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say thank you. With commitment like that, when somebody comes along to council with that sort of commitment and says to council, look, you've got $5 million, I want 650,000. It's very hard for council to say no. And we said, is that enough to get you going? And he said, that's what I want. And council recognised that we have an ageing population. Just as an aside, we've actually stopped talking about rural decline. We've actually held that, and there won't be any great rural decline in the South Waikato for the next 15 years. But it's certainly ageing. And if a council that had a social conscience and said we had to do something, when Henry Van Dyke stood in front of us and said, I want 650,000 to get this going, we said, all or nothing. And council said, all. Henry did come back afterwards when we said that, and say, could I have asked for more? They said, don't push your luck. But probably, yes. So council realised that this was something, because seeing leadership, community buy-in, seeing what care was provided here, and being a council that was committed to the four well-beings, we realised that council could have a partnership that would end up by being a major partnership in what we have here today. This is what our community can do when we all pull together. So today, community, trust, Henry, the residents, can be proud of what we are going to see, this great new facility in our town. It shows to one and all what we can do when we work together. And isn't that a fantastic statement to make about the community you and I love and live in? Because we have leaders like Henry Van Dyke. Henry, thank you. Your trust, this is fantastic. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Thank you. So now I'd like to ask the Honourable Minister Louise Upson and say a few words and officially open the facility. Thank you. Louise.
Well, good afternoon. It's wonderful to be with you this afternoon, and I do want to start by echoing Mayor Neil's comments about the leadership of a project like this. So I do want to just say, Henry, you've done an outstanding job over many, many years. And I know one of the signs of a great leader is taking many people on board, and Neil has listed many of them. But I think the really unique thing about Rangiura is the depth of support from this community. And this really demonstrates the heart of the South Waikato community. And the number of signs and fundraisers, you know, each time it felt like I was driving through Tararoo, there was another sign with another fundraiser for Rangiura. And I know Sandris and the team have done extraordinary work. And it's been many small contributions and many large contributions from members of this community that have made this facility possible. And I think the fact that the foresight has been here for decades, it must be incredibly rewarding just to actually then see, as each stage is opened, the satisfaction of that vision being realised. To Jim Howland, it must be an amazing day for you to see the next part of that vision being delivered. As a patron, I know it's an important role that you've played. And also I want to acknowledge the funding that Mayor Neil and the Council have put into this. It's a fantastic facility and one I know will be enjoyed by many, those who are current residents, family and the broader community. And the last time I visited here, it was interesting to see the volunteers who are also very, very much a part of this facility. And I think probably the biggest turnout I've seen of any event in the South Waikato was the fair that was here. Was it end of last year? I think that's the biggest turnout of any event I've been to in the South Waikato as the local MP. And I thought that says it all. That absolutely says it all. That Rangiura and the team here have really captured the hearts of the community and can really see how much this will deliver for generations. And I think the thing that is an interesting part of it is also to see such strong representations at the Business Excellence Awards. You know, Rangiura is usually up there with the finalists, whether it's the employee, whether it's the Business Excellence taking out the top award. So it's a significant employer in the district and a brilliant one at that. So I just want to say congratulations to each and every one of you that has played a part, whether it's large or small. Some of you I know is very large, but actually it's a community project and one that's been delivered excellently. Ellie, to you and your team who do a wonderful job of taking care of the people that live here. Congratulations, and I know you've got a wonderful time ahead with the construction behind you. So thank you very much for allowing me to be part of today. It really is an honour to be able to open it on your behalf. It is a community facility for the South Waikato, by the South Waikato, and very much at the heart of the South Waikato district. So Tokoroa might be big in there, but the Tararoo's definitely stronger. Gotta add that in. So yes, it's fantastic to be here, and it's my pleasure to be able to open it on your behalf. They will get far more satisfaction here. So thank you very much, and I'm going to donate them to the rest of